be wise enough to pick the wars you want to be involved in. Do you really want to be involved in Cam and Mace's war? Cam is someone who went on CNN and said that he was about to clap some cheeks afterwards. Mace and Cameron had, I mean, you need to know by now that if you're gonna come for Mace and Cameron and they would say pause,
Pause.
then you need to come correct. Pause again.
Pause.
Because because yeah, they're trolls, and like I said last time in last week's show actually, Mace seems to be like a badass, so you don't play with Mace. But before we continue, guys, thanks for being tuned in. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button, and don't forget to check us out on our other socials as well. Comment, let us know your thoughts, whether you think we got our takes right or not, and of course whether or not we should look for another day job like some of the haters say. Hey man.
Yeah, man.
As long as you comment.
As long as you comment, that's good. Hey, let's go share right away the message that Jay Prince shared on IG, because after the response from Mase and Cam, Jay Prince had the following to say. First of all, he shared a picture of Shakur, and he quoted Keith Idek saying, Shakur Stevenson Artem Haruchanian was the most watched boxing main event ESPN aired in 2024. Average audience on the network was 1.1 or almost 1.2 million, and peaked at 1.2 million. Well, 254,000. Those Nielsen numbers don't include ESPN Plus viewership on linear TV viewers, and ESPN Plus figures aren't released by ESPN. He captioned it with the following: numbers don't lie, haters do. Strong statement. Let the haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he's the number one rating. He's the number one ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, and the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager, and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mase, I will fade all his shots and take all belts. We all know Jay Prince. We all know what he stands for, or what he wants to stand for. This is a low-key, should I use the word threat? It's a low-key. You know, you need to read between the lines with Jay Prince, because they're not going to tell you, I'm going to run up and slap you. RJ.
Yeah. You know, KaiR, I don't understand why people go on social media and do this publicly. You know, that's the whole thing, right? They want to either play gangster or wanna maybe they are about that life. More on that later, but they do it live and in public. The funny thing is, if something were to happen to either Cam or Mase, who do you think would be the main suspect? So I never understand why people do these things. The indirect shots, the back and forth, it's not conducive to anything. And like I
Unless
said
you
at the beginning of
have
the show,
yourself.
yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the show, KR, you need to know, you need to be wise enough to pick the wars you want to be involved in. Do you really want to be involved in Cam and Mace's war? Cam is someone who went on CNN and said that he was about to clap some cheeks afterwards. Mace is apparently known to be a tough guy. So why it's to me I don't understand the need to play gangster, to play hard, pause, like Cameron Mace would say. Why
The
would
thing
it
is-
matter?
the
I
thing
don't
is
get
this.
it.
I think, and we're gonna show a video later on, and it gives a different perspective. It's a video from Charleston White, basically ranting about Jay Prince and Jay Prince's son. You gotta ask yourself, why is he responded like this? Because right now, it is what it is. It's a YouTube show that gives commentary on sports. So it's a commentary. So are we going to threaten everyone who gives a commentary on that you don't like? Are you going? My biggest problem is: are you always also going to talk crazy to the white hosts that talk crazy about Shakur? Or is it only a black thing? Because this is something Charleston also pointed out. You keep talking crazy about to black people. I don't see you talk crazy to white people. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it does
But
seem it does seem indeed that it's when black people. So when a black guy comments about another black guy, then the issue starts there, because then it becomes you're not like for the culture.
I don't know
You're
if
not.
it is.
Yeah, but I do see it like that. It's always like beef. When a commentator, like a white commentator, says it, he's an analyst. It's his opinion, and it always escalates to beef and fisticuffs. Let's be honest, KR. No one. You had Skip Bayless and you had Stephen A. Smith at a given point in time where they were both giving their takes. They're still giving their takes. Skip won't be giving his take apparently after a couple of months. Yeah, but my point is this: who do you think people will run up on? They won't run up on Skip. They'll go on TV shows and talk about Skip. They'll go on podcasts and talk about Skip. They'll talk about Skip. They'll tweet about Skip. But the chances of people running up on Stephen A is higher than, let's be honest, than they would run up on Skip. So it's like, it's a mental thing that I can take it from these people, but I can't take it from another black guy.
Yeah.
Well, and we're talking about opinion, right? We're talking about opinions. We're not talking about someone causing you harm. You're not talking. It's like an opinion of someone. If the person says the fighter, if a person who has a sports show says he finds the fights boring, it's his opinion.
Now you're pulling out. So yeah, this is the crazy thing, right? He says it's boring. He then say there are no viewers. Doesn't mean that all those 1.2 million people who watched it actually think it was an interesting fight.
And just remember that people talk ish about Floyd as well, right?
Yep.
Oh, look at Floyd. He's undefeated because he picks his fights. He only picks fights he can win. He only picks fights. Floyd addressed it, but he kept on winning. At the end of the day, he's Money Mayweather. So it's basically the question is what's important to you? Is it important to win and get that money? And if the people say you need to be less boring, maybe it's a comment that maybe you shouldn't agree with it, So I'm not saying you should agree with it, but you can at least take it into consideration. And of course, you can comment, and maybe KR, this is how the back and forth is also, or at least the response by Jay Prince is also a way to get more traction, to get more
Maybe.
attention to the fighter and the sport, maybe.